Hello and welcome back, all my Dragon Ball theorists. With Chapter 73 in the history books, where a lot of action did happen in that chapter, it is time to revisit and take a deeper look into the insane powers that Granolah has. What is Granolah's true power? I guess what I mean by true is when he actually gets serious and goes 100% instead of just playing around with Goku and Vegeta. I know there are many that might not like the idea that Granolah has been playing with Goku since we found out it was only his clone causing all the trouble so far. However, it's true. Perfected Ultra Instinct Goku is beatable. You can be stronger, faster, and have better abilities than Goku in this form. It isn't some final form of Goku's that trumps all, and I think we can clearly see that. I'm going to dive right into the comments I read from last chapter and address the heavily debated ones and make a few corrections. First, I misspoke when I said after image ability, and what I really meant was Tien's multi-form, where you have an actual weaker clone fighting. However, someone pointed out in the comments that what we saw from Granolah is more likely the Yardrat technique, where they can actually clone themselves due to their high level of spirit control. So after rereading a few of the chapters and thinking about it more, I believe that Granolah is using some type of version of the Yardrat cloning ability where he has perfect control of his spirit energy and thus was able to create such a sophisticated clone of himself. The next and main important question we have to ask ourselves is, how much power did Granolah give his clone? All he said was he shouldn't have split his power at the start, and then specifically says he gave some of his power from his true body. So what is some? Is it 30%? Is it 20%? Did Granolah think the Saiyans were vastly weaker and only gave his clone 10% of his power? We don't know for sure yet, just that he underestimated their power, so he thought his clone was more than enough to handle the job. Of course, Granolah's true form and body was enough, as he easily managed to use super speed to disappear and attack Goku, in perfected Ultra Instinct knocking him out. I know there are comments defending Goku and saying he let his guard down, and I disagree. He didn't let his guard down, he just got clapped by a stronger, faster, and superior fighter. Goku in his perfected UI form is fully aware of what is going on around him. His guard isn't down. Which brings us to the topic of who is outright stronger. Perfect Ultra Instinct Goku had no chance against the real Granolah. He just doesn't. I know some will disagree, and that is fine, and look forward to those comments below, but there is a power gap between them, and Granolah has so many hacks and fighting abilities where it's just too much. Goku was using Super Saiyan Blue Ultra Instinct, and he couldn't beat a weaker clone of Granolah. Think about that. Granolah is chilling in his ship and beating Super Saiyan Blue UI Goku with a clone. So if 100% full power Granolah fought Goku Silver Hair UI form, I just don't see Goku being able to win, and believe it's no contest. Granolah is just in a league of his own right now, which has some people upset because of how Granolah achieved his power. It's unfortunate that Granolah became this crazy awesome opponent all because of a wish from some dragon we didn't know existed till this arc, which many would call an ass pull, and they aren't wrong. It's not good writing. This arc would be infinitely better if Granolah had achieved these crazy insane powers from some other way instead of a wish. For myself, I'm trying to turn a blind eye to this because honestly, I really enjoyed the last two chapters immensely because of the artwork in the panels and how crazy powerful Granolah is. I felt since the moment this fight started, it has been suspenseful and you knew how serious it was when Granolah beat Goku without even being seen. Now we know that was just his clone fighting all this time, that his clone used something similar to Hakai, has a technique faster than instant teleportation, and can beat Goku 3 times, pushing him to use his ultimate power. Granolah has Moro's abilities and who knows who else's. For all we know, he can instantly regenerate like Piccolo, or maybe absorb the energy of his opponent like Moro. Granolah is basically Perfect Cell 2.0, and he has the best of every fighter in the universe. We know the dragon granted Granolah basically a better version of every fighter's technique, past or present. Key word here, past or present. When the wish was made, Moro was long gone, yet Granolah has Moro's power. So what other fighting abilities in history did the dragon grant Granolah? This also makes me believe that the dragon was well aware of Broly vs Gogeta. Often when we think of the ultimate fighter from a power standpoint, Gogeta is it. So the dragon likely made Granola stronger than Gogeta, which is why Goku had such a hard time with only Granola's clone, which means this doesn't look good for Vegeta. Obviously, since Granola is so crazy strong with so many hacks, it might take a fusion to beat him because of how the dragon perceived the wish. Coming up, I do plan on going into the Vegeta vs Granola fight, but wanted to cover just Granola here to really look at just how crazy powerful he really is. I'm sure the next chapter will be entertaining just as the last two were. I do hope in the future awesome powerful opponents don't get these powers from a wish, and hope the writing can get just a little deeper than that. I guess it is what it is, and this is Dragon Ball Super. So I will leave you with a few questions. How much power do you think Granola gave his clone to fight the Saiyans? I really hope next chapter he says that he gave his clone 1% of his power or something crazy. What type of other fighting abilities will we see Granola use against Vegeta? As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it and smash that like button. Also, please subscribe to support the channel and turn on that notification bell to keep those theories coming.